Good afternoon, everyone. Just wanted to shoot a quick video today to give kind of a post-Carlisle wrap-up and preview of a few of the projects that are coming up next. Carlisle was this past weekend. It's the Carlisle, Pennsylvania Import Show. We had over 2,200 or 2,300 cars on the field, so it was pretty amazing. Weather was great Friday and Saturday for the show. We were able to get 3 of my cars up to the show. Both the black Spitfire and the 75 blue Spitfire were there. I drove the black Spitfire. Our youngest son John drove the blue Spitfire. And our middle son Daniel actually brought the TR8 up. That's not here. It's over at his house right now because I just don't have room for it here. So it was a great time. We drove up, I drove up Friday and Saturday in the black 68 Spitfire, and the boys joined me on Saturday for a trip up from York to Carlisle, so about an hour each way. Some really nice back roads. A little stressful leading 2 people in my cars that are my kids up there, but we made it, and everybody had a really good time. And there are a couple follow-up things that I want to do to work on to get the cars kind of tidied up a bit. On the black Spitfire, ran perfectly. All the work that I put into it going into the show paid off. It ran great. The electrics all worked fine. The horn works. The gauges all work. Everything was solid there. I don't know if you would notice this or not unless you're new to look, but there are no parcel shelves in this car. It should have kind of glove box-ish kind of things below the dash in here, and over a smaller one over here on the driver's side. Should be kind of down in here, and those are just little cardboard shelves. Actually, I can show you on the 1500, the 75, it has them, and they are exactly the same from year to year. I don't know if you can see this, but there is actually a shelf down here. My hand is on it. There's some things in here right now. Oh, wires hanging down. And of course you can see the shelf on that side as well. The shelves themselves are just made out of cardboard, but they do have a metal frame that goes across the front of them, which is missing and did not come with my 68 Spitfire. Move something out of the way here. And you can see this piece here is a vinyl covered metal bracket that mounts on both corners to the car, and it gives you this nice little shelf here that has my cap in it and some papers. So the 68 Spitfire does not have those. I was able to source a pair of them used. Nobody makes the metal brackets aftermarket, so you have to find them used. So they are in that great big box on the table there. I haven't unboxed them yet. I may do a quick video on unboxing them, and then review what needs to be done with them to get them cleaned up. Probably replace the vinyl, maybe replace the cardboard shelves themselves, and then get them mounted back in the car. That's really all I need to attend to on the Mark III. Everything else is pretty well done. Happy with the way everything's running. It's a really pretty car. It got a lot of great compliments at the show, and it just runs so nice. So someday, hopefully, I'll be able to put an overdrive transmission in it, because it's geared pretty low, and at 50 miles an hour, pushing 4,000 RPMs on the tack. So it's happy to do it, but it's a little stressful driving it. So the blue 75 Spitfire, this guy hasn't been getting a lot of love lately because I've been focused on some of the other projects. This was my very first Spitfire. I've had this for well over 20 years now. With a lot of help from friends, it's been pretty much completely rebuilt. Couple of things that I noted that need to be fixed on it. Number one, the horn doesn't work. I'm going to finally, hopefully get that replaced and repaired. The gear shift knob for the overdrive is missing a little nut inside it that holds the knob on. I don't know if you can see that, but the knob just kind of pulls right off. That's a special kind of really thin lock nut. So we'll get that put in there. They're kind of a pain to get in place and get tightened up, but we'll get that done. And that way that'll lock that knob on, which makes it a lot easier to put it in reverse, because to put it in reverse you have to pull up on the stick. So instead of being able to just grab the knob and pulling up on it, you have to kind of grab it around the actual stick and pull up and then jam it over into reverse. So we'll get that fixed probably in the next couple of days. I'll see what I can do about the horn. I've attempted to repair it before in the past, but kind of punted on it after it frustrated me. I've got a couple of new ideas on how I can fix it, so we'll work on that. The other thing that this car pretty desperately needs, I need to reset the timing and adjust the carburetors. They were put in place when I replaced the engine about 10 years ago. I got the carburetors to a point where the car would run, and it runs fine. It's just runs quite rich, and it tends to bog down if it sits too long in traffic. You really have to kind of clear it like motorcycles do, where you hear them rev the throttle to clear the carburetors out. So I may shoot a video on that. We'll see. There's a lot of those online already on how to reset the twin SU carburetors in this, and want to clean up under the bonnet as well. It's been driven a lot in a lot of different weather, and it hasn't really had a good cleaning under there for quite a while. So we'll get working on that. Get those carburetors reset, reset the timing back to factory before you start messing with anything on the carburetor mixture, because if your timing is off, you'll never get your carburetors dialed in right. I think it's fine, but I'll double check it. And then once we get it dialed in and get the carburetors all smoothed out and get them leaned out, I'll go ahead and come back here and kind of polish some of this up. I don't know if you can tell on the video or not, but on this side of the car, it's a little bit smoky from the exhaust, whereas this side is kind of cleaner. I don't know if that's really visible on the camera or not, but in the daylight you can definitely see this chrome here is just got a layer of, you can see it, a layer of carbon buildup on it, as do the lenses. I'll probably take the lenses out and maybe stick them in my ultrasonic cleaner, or if Tina's not paying attention, I'll throw them in the dishwasher and clean them. They're just plastic, so they clean up pretty well overall. So that's kind of the two small projects coming out of the Carlisle show. Once I have those tackled, I promise, I really promise, I will get back to the Singer. I've got the carburetor sitting over on the shelf, ready to sitting on the workbench, ready to go back in. Once I get that in, I can get that dialed up and get this thing running. I need to go over the brakes and the suspension, lubricate everything, and then it should be drivable. It was running okay when I had it off before I took the carburetor off, but I do want to get it to the point where I feel moderately safe driving it on public roads. It's never been off the property. I've driven it around the yard a few times, but overall it's pretty good. But I need to attend to a few things before I feel comfortable about getting that out on the road. It will never go on any kind of a highway. I think the car's top speed would probably be somewhere in the maybe 50. We'll see once I get it out and get it driving what it feels like, but there are no seat belts in it. It's a great big steering wheel. It's a little bit of a difficult car to drive if you have larger feet, because the pedals are so close together, so I may have to do something there to alleviate that. But so that's next after the two smaller projects, on the two Spitfires. We'll tackle that guy, and then finally be able to start on the TR4 that's been sitting over here in the corner since I bought it last year. That's going to be an interesting project because it hasn't been driven since 1990 something, early 90s. So it's going to get all new hydraulics, got to clean out the gas tank, got to rebuild the carburetors. I do have the master rebuild kit for those. Excuse me. New spark plugs, check the belts, check everything, but all the hydraulics are going to get rebuilt. It's going to need a battery. It doesn't have one in it. Just go over the whole thing. It's probably going to need electrical work, I would imagine, after sitting so long. I do have an LED kit for the dash to put in, so I can replace all those bulbs. I'll probably put LED headlights in it. It does use the same 7-inch round headlights as both Spitfires use, so that'll be fairly easy to take care of and give it a good cleaning, polish the bumpers. The bumpers are in really great shape. They're just kind of crusty. They need a good cleaning, but you can see there's one spot here that got polished. It came up really nice. So we'll go over the rest of it then once we get it going. But we're gonna get it going mechanically and make sure it's safe to drive before we tackle all the cosmetics. It's probably going to need new tires as well, so that's an expense I have to budget for because those tires are likely from the 80s, and I'll have to check around, see if any of the local tire places I deal with will do wire wheels mounting. I might have to source that at a kind of a repair shop, like a specialty shop in the area, see if they'll do those for me. But yep, that's coming up after we get the Singer going and tidy up a few things on both Spitfires. So I think that's it for right now. We'll shoot another video when I unbox those parcel shelves and evaluate those, and then as I go through and restore them, I think they'll probably just need some new vinyl, which I should have some on hand from redoing Daniel's Spitfires dash top. I think I've got a little bit left over, enough to cover those. Should be fine. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.